What is going on YouTube? This is my first time doing this. This is my 2024 Chevy Colorado Zr2. I did some modifications on it. Just hit my 5,000 mile mark on this thing, and I'm telling you, it is badass. I got a lot of good mods that I've done so far on this thing. I'm just going to walk you through them real quick. As you can see, the Flow Tie, I totally blacked out the chrome around it. I think it looks much more better. I like that blackout look that this appeals to a lot of people. Definitely appeals to me. From there, these is something that I really wanted to do. I want to give the truck a better looking stance, so I went with this product that I saw on YouTube from a couple of guys that would on this Colorado platform. These are Rock Treks wheels. These things are totally awesome. -12 offset on these things. It gives the truck a much more better looking stance. I kept the factory tires on there. I mean, I only had the truck for about 2 months and I only had like 1,000 miles on it at the time, so there was no need for me to go in, I felt, and do anything aggressive like putting on new wheels on this thing. So I just stuck with the original wheels and just do some new rims on here to make it look good. I also went with the rock sliders, as you can see, that comes on the Zr2 package. I put on the removable side steps. I'm telling you, it does make a difference on this thing. I think it makes the truck look even meaner. It definitely gives it that bold, aggressive look on the truck. But I also blacked out all the emblems. All the Colorado guys, we know that Chevy did this thing where they put up the emblem or the badging up here on the truck. I moved it downward, and then I took some plexi dip and I basically blacked those things out to make it look a little bit better. I think that total black look just sets off the truck. Also, I tinted the windows. As we know, painted tint in the rear is standard with these guys. What I did was I had the guy to match it up, so I got 20% in the front, and again, it just gives the truck a much more defined, aggressive look. Going to the back of the truck, I got the tonneau cover up here. This was actually from another truck that I had, which was a 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro off-road. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. I didn't feel like it was driving the way I wanted to. That it didn't give me that truck feel on it, so I got rid of that and traded it in for this bad boy. Also, just going back to this truck, as you see, I took off the Zr2 stickers on the side of the truck. I didn't like that. I'm not a sticker guy. Again, I just want to go to an all blackout look. Did the same thing to the badging in the back here, blacked that out. And then I put in the stickers or the inserts that says Chevy, and I have that trimmed in red to kind of play off a little bit of what I was doing in the front as far as with the badging, as far as with that flow tie. Now, I don't know why Chevy doesn't do this, or GMC decided not to do this, but why on earth would you have a truck that looks this awesome, this in a canyon, and not have an exhaust tip that comes standard, especially on your higher trim levels like the Zr2 or the top of the line for the Canyon? I just think it takes away from a little bit. But I just went quickly to AutoZone. It cost me like 10 bucks. I got a really good deal on it. Slap that bad boy on it, and it just gives it a really cool look. So again, from the side, as you can see, this thing is totally blacked out. I'm gonna give you a profile of the aggressive look that these tires do to the truck, so you can kind of get a small glimpse of how this thing looks. I just think this thing looks totally awesome. I'll probably black out the undercarriage up here, as you can see. As far as the skid plate, I'm probably going to black that out eventually, excuse me. But as far as the overall look of this thing, I think this thing is just a stunner. It's definitely a showpiece. I went from a Ford Raptor. I had it for about 8 months. It just gave me a crap load of problems. I decided to go with something smaller that I can fit inside my garage, that I think would be better for me to maneuver. I mean, I don't need a big full-size vehicle. I know everybody's not happy with the short bed, how this truck looks at times from a short bed perspective. as far as being able to, you know, haul stuff, pick up stuff. But I mean, I don't need all of that. I mean, majority of the stuff I put on here is mulch and maybe some little doodads I may get from, you know, flea market, stuff like that. So this actually works great for me. Probably my next modification I probably will do on here is lift the truck an additional 3 inches, level this thing off, probably after the factory warranty is done. But right now with 5,000 miles, I have no issues whatsoever with this thing. I think this thing is totally 100% awesome. I've seen other YouTubers talk about how much they love their ZR2 or their Canyons, and I'm be honest with you, I absolutely love this thing. It's my first time going with the Chevy product, and they didn't disappoint, man. I think the aggressive look of these tires, how this thing sits, and again, this Rock-Trex wheels that I put on here, I just think those things are just totally, like, they're worth their money. They're cheap as hell. It's a company out of California. You can probably find more information from other YouTubers up here about it, but as far as the aggressive look of it, I mean, you just can't beat it. I was a little set back with the black at first. I usually do white traditionally on trucks, but this time I decided to go outside of my norm and go with a black vehicle, and I'm telling you, this thing is a absolute stunner. So I would tell anybody who is used to Ford products, just like myself, I own 6 F-150s. That's right, 6 F-150s. The earlier models were awesome. As time goes on, I know trucks are not built like they used to be. And you guys that are truck enthusiasts, you know what I'm talking about, excuse me. You know, you could get a truck back in the day, and you see some of these guys are still rocking trucks from the 1990s or early 2000s that are still just killing it. But anything I feel above 2009, 2010, I mean, you getting maybe 150, 200,000 miles out of it if you're lucky, especially with now most of the small or the mid-sized vehicles going to turbo engines that kind of take away from it a little bit. But I can honestly say this Colorado, man, is just 100% awesome. I think it's a beautiful vehicle. It's well built. And like I said, the ride quality on here, man, is just awesome. I have that truck feel that I didn't have on my Toyota TRD off-road, which again is a nice vehicle, but I think if you want that aggressive, out-of-the-box look, and this again, I didn't do a lot on this truck. I blacked out some emblems, I put on new wheels to give me a better aggressive look, I tinted the windows, I did some really cool mods, but not overly aggressive mods. And I'm just telling you, man, I mean, out the box, this thing came out looking killer. So I'll tell anybody who is looking for something that's a little different, a little newer, as far as from the mid-sized vehicles. You know, my neighbor across the street, and I'll flash over there a little bit real quick. He has the Silverado, Chevy Silverado High Country, and his truck is, as we say, is badass. That's his old Silverado right there. And again, it's the size of my Colorado. It's basically the same size. And I'm telling you, I love this truck. I'll tell anybody, if you're going to get one, get a Canyon. I'll get the ZR2 package that comes on the Colorado. I mean, you won't go wrong. So next time, YouTube, you guys stay easy. See ya.